Yeah, I'm Huples Cat, just out for a walk. I want to talk a little bit about prepping, fitness, health and economy. So we wanted to spend 5 days going to the Hot Dogs Festival in Toronto. So we decided to use an Airbnb rather than friends and family because then we'd be too far out and it's always a drag getting down to Toronto. So where did we end up? Well, Hot Dogs Festival is basically Yonge Street area, King Street area of Toronto. So it's downtown central Toronto. Lots of hotels, quite expensive, some Airbnb. So what we did was we plonked ourselves in Leslieville in an Airbnb in the east of the city because we haven't really spent much time in the east of Toronto. We've actually lived all over Toronto. We've never actually lived in the east end of Toronto, the beaches area. We've both been down here quite a lot running and stuff when we lived in Toronto, but we thought, let's base it somewhere different. So because we're not in the downtown core, the Airbnb was a lot cheaper and a lot funkier because we're actually living in the end of an old church. So that saved us some cash. But what about health? Well, I figured it'd be an hour and a half to walk to the theatre one way. I was correct. However, when Kitty's in one of her walking moves, it takes about an hour 20. So just going to the theatre and back every day once is going to take you 2 hours and 40 of walking, which is pretty dramatic if you do that day after day. So that's what we've been doing. We've been doing 3 to 5 hours of walking each and every day. Even though I fell down the stairs and hurt my back, I still have been doing it, taking my time, enjoying the area, but getting that mileage in. And I'm feeling a lot stronger because of that. Now yesterday we had the theatre in the morning and we had the theatre in very late at night, so we actually decided that we should come home, and that's what we did, and we used the streetcar, quite reliable, quite fast, so we have options other than the walking. But doing the walking is very good for your mental and physical discipline. This is the same theory when people are constantly telling you when you go to a big store like Walmart, which you should never go to, don't park by the door, park way over in the back lot and walk in, provided the area is safe. If the area isn't safe, you should move. So we've seen some really good documentaries, we've seen a couple of poor ones. It's unusual for us, usually they're all good or great, but it finished on a high note for us, and I'll do that in another video talking about what we saw and what I thought about it. But taking a risk, putting yourself outside of where you would normally go, trying to find somewhere new, trying to find a different experience, it's actually what creates life and makes life full of meaning. But it makes you mentally, physically stronger, and in this case can actually save you quite a bit of money. So for our last full day today, Thursday, we decided not to see any documentaries. I think that was a good move. Kitty's out doing a 2-hour run and I'm doing about a 3-hour walk. And then tonight we're going to go north of Toronto and we're going to go and have dinner with some friends from work. We haven't seen them in a long time. That'd be great. And then tomorrow we pick up little Wolfie and stay overnight with his caretaker, who's also a friend from work, and she's going to feed us and we're going to drink lots of wine, and Saturday we're going to go back to the forest. So life's full of micro moments. It's not about going to Disney World, it's not about going to Australia, it's not about going to Club Med in the Caribbean and drinking your face off and lying on a beach. It's about finding stuff that you actually like to do and enjoy and doing it reasonably often and without waste, because waste is a bad thing for the planet and for your own economy. Wherever possible, take advantage of free activities, free things. You'd be surprised how much is available in a city like Toronto, and it's really high quality, generally speaking. But you can do this in any small town. So for my 60th birthday this year, we're going to go to a small town called Petawawa, and we're going to do some hiking and kayaking for my birthday. Then we're going to come back, and then we're going to do a big camping trip in the middle of nowhere. So little micro moments is what we set it up to do, to enjoy life. And of course, because of the bugs where we live, not here, we're going to spend June again in Gatineau in Quebec, and that should be fun. And that'll, again, we're moving to a different part of the area around Ottawa, again, deliberately, to actually experience a different area, different people, different land, different trails. Spice is the variety of life. All too often, people do the same things. They get up, they have the same coffee in the same way at the same time, they watch the same news channels, they listen to the same radio programs, they drive the same way to work, they do the same things at work, they have the same dinner at work and lunch at work and tea at work and have the same conversations with people at work, and then they come home and they watch the same TV programs or the same channels. Life needs to be spiced up a bit. Patterns are good, patterns make us feel secure. But a pattern that ignores reality can make you very insecure. You need to be aware of what's going on around you. For example, if the birds start squeaking louder or quieter, I'm going to pick it up even though I'm chatting to you guys. I'm aware of the people walking around me and I'm kind of looking at them very quickly, just making us an assessment. It's not about living in fear. It's about just being aware of what's going on. It's nice to be aware. If somebody stumbles and falls, I'm going to see it. I'm going to be able to go and help them. It's not all about violence. The world generally is full of nice, kind people, and generally speaking, the kinder and nicer you are, the nicer life you're going to have. So that's it for me. I found a first aid kit in the Airbnb. I'm going to go through that and finish my walk because I've got to go over there and then I have to get back and then we have to have a bath and then we have to go out and eat and drink and be merry. Thanks for watching. Toodles. This has been a 2024 Couch Potato Terrier production.